Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Wake Up in Provincetown election special. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so happy to have you all here with us, and we are so happy to be here. We are reporting live from Washington, D.C., and right now we are here at the Lincoln Memorial.
If you don't know, the Lincoln Memorial is a memorial to the only president to ever have done more for Black Americans than Donald Trump. He said so himself.
I don't know about all that, but okay. But we decided to be here because it's such a gorgeous, iconic place. We are going to be showing you different places around DC throughout the evening. We're going to be going live for the last 15 minutes of each hour, 5:45, 6:45, 7:45 throughout the evening. We are going to take you to a different spot in DC each time. We have some really exciting stuff planned for you.
We've got a great night of programming for you guys. We've got performers from beloved Piton performers coming in remotely to share this night with us. We don't want it to be any old boring election night coverage. This is alternative election coverage for our viewers.
Yeah, so at the end of every hour, take a little break from CNN, MSNBC, like Fox News or something. I don't know. But take a little break. We're going to be doing some real coverage and also some lighthearted fun just to take your mind off everything that's going on. But as far as real coverage goes, one of the people that we're going to be really excited to have, we are really excited to have on board with tonight is Steve Katsurinis from
Steve Katsurinis, the owner of 8 Dyer Hotel in Provincetown, is a professional number cruncher. He's going to be giving us updates on how the races that we care about are going. Steve's going to patch in right now. Steve, are you there?
I am. It's great to be here, and thank you guys for doing this for us. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about the election data, looking at some stuff that the mainstream media is not focused on that affects the community here in Provincetown and GLBT folks around the world. And I'm excited to tell you that the Fox News exit poll data is shockingly positive for progressive voices.
Oh, wow. That's even Fox News.
Yes. It's overwhelming, and it's going to be shocking to see how this plays out. But Fox News looks like they're seeing a huge turnout of progressive voters in today's election.
Wow. We don't want to count our chickens, and we're definitely not calling any election unless by some miracle we know for sure something later. But Steve, thank you for that update. We look forward to a lot more positive updates from you later on tonight. You can kind of keep the not positive ones to yourself.
No, we'll take those too.
Just kidding.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. We'll be checking with you throughout the night.
We'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. In addition to all of our election coverage, like we said, we did want to bring you some iconic Provincetown performers, kind of lighten the mood. Our first one tonight is the incredible Zoe Lewis.
Zoe's a big friend of the show. We love you so much, Zoe. Thank you for doing this. Take it away.
Hello, Provincetown. And this is great that you are there in DC doing the coverage. And hopefully the country will recover very soon. And it's an honor to be on your show. And you have all sorts of guests tonight. And I'm amazed because I didn't think I could breathe today because we've been holding our breath. I was reading that it's the highest voter turnout for more than 1 century. Now I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful. A teeny bit terrified, but really hopeful. This song was written 4 years ago after You Know Who got in. And it was when empathy was being questioned. I looked up empathy today. It means the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. And then I looked up narcissism. It means excessive interest in or admiration of oneself. Narcissists often lie about their own achievements and are often obsessed with the idea of being the best. So without much further ado, this is a song about empathy, about what was going on. Thirsty Burlington, my friend, she put up something today. She said, vote as if your brother is gay. Vote as if your house is on fire. Your skin is not white. Your child is transgender. Your spouse is an immigrant. Your water is unsafe. Your neighborhood is flooded. Your parents need Medicare. Blah, blah, blah. Vote not just for yourself. Try on other people's shoes. And that's what this song is about. Sometimes it seems like we're getting in a whole lot of trouble, 'cause everybody's living in their own little bubble. Close your eyes and the country falls. I've always liked bridges better than walls. Some like blue, some like red, some like to watch Fox News in bed. Swallowing the Kool-Aid, it's so clear. I'd rather be ruled by love, not fear. These shoes, try on these shoes, try on these shoes, somebody else's shoes, yeah. Try on these shoes, try on these shoes. Before you talk, take a walk in somebody else's shoes, yeah. And I scratch my head in disbelief, 'cause you shun the ones who need the most relief. Can you not see when the powerful use their position to bully? We're all gonna lose. And imagine if the tables turned, suddenly you were the one being spurned. Would you break down? What would you do? Would you have another point of view? These shoes, try on these shoes, try on these shoes, somebody else's shoes. Try on these shoes, try on these shoes. Before you talk, take a walk in somebody else's shoes, yeah. Lies, lies, you're full of lies. Things fall apart when they're full of lies. Please, please, please persist to resist, yes. Hello everybody, we come first. We're the best and you're the worst. Finger on the button, so you better beware. Diplomacy vanishes into thin air. And what do the children learn as they grow? With the White House whiter than snow. Step out your box, come on, open your eyes. Try on shoes of a different size. These shoes, try on these shoes, try on these shoes, somebody else's shoes. Try on these shoes, try on these shoes, try on these shoes, somebody else's shoes, yeah. Try on these shoes, try on these black shoes, try on these women's shoes, try on these gay shoes, try on these shoes, try on these shoes, these Mexican shoes, these Muslim shoes, these trans shoes. Try on these shoes, try on these shoes, Haiti. Try on these shoes, try on these shoes, somebody else's shoes. Try on these shoes, yeah. Try on these shoes. Before you talk, take a walk in somebody else's shoes. And vote blue. Fingers crossed, everybody. Love you.
Zoe, thank you so much for that plea for a return to empathy. I think it would do us all good to try on somebody else's shoes for a little while.
One of the things that has made the last 4 years a little bit more bearable and easy is having incredible creative people that are using their art to make the world happier, shine a light on things that need to be shined on. And Zoe is definitely one of those people. Thank you so much, Zoe. You're such an incredible part of our community. We're so thankful to have you.
If you guys are wondering what the climate is like in DC today, we found it to be remarkably calm.
Yeah, it was calm.
Bit, like eerie, the calm before the storm, maybe.
Things
boarded up.
As we talk to people, everyone seems to be like, everyone seems to not be worried, but worried.
Right.
Everyone's like, everything's fine, but we're scared that something is going to happen. But everything as we boarded up there, I think it's in an abundance of caution, which is great. We made our way down to the White House, which is kind of the spot where there might be trouble if there ends up being trouble, and everything was boarded up. There was a group of people playing music, having Black Lives Matter signs.
People were jamming out to Dr. Dre in front of a fence that said Black Lives Matter, F Trump all over it, and it really kind of made my day.
Right. The church that Trump used for that infamous photo op earlier in the summer had since been fenced off and boarded up, and all the boards using to cover the windows had Black Lives Matter art on all of them, and it was really beautiful.
And then after we toured the city for a little bit, we went and had a talk with our friend Dave Barnhart. We've got a pre-taped interview coming up right now with Dave. Dave is a lover of Provincetown, who I actually met at the bar at the Red Inn some years ago. And he's here running a
Hey guys, we're here in DC with my friend Dave Barnhart, who is the founding partner of Locust Street Group consulting firm, a bipartisan consulting firm here in the city. Dave is a lover of Provincetown, who we get to see once in a while.
That's true.
So how are you?
You'll see me soon for Family Week.
Oh, good.
Already booked my rental. I'm ready.
Where?
We're right up Telegraph Hill, so I can walk down very easily to go to my favorite restaurant.
Stumbling distance to
That's
the red
right.
end.
Yep. Bringing my they'll be 2.5-year-old girls.
Oh my gosh.
So excited about it.
Congratulations. Yeah. How are you feeling about the election today?
Really good.
Yeah.
I feel very positive. As much positivity as you can feel in such a stressful situation.
And you actually voted today.
I did vote today. I'm kind of a traditionalist and enjoy like going and actually like punching it into the machine and like feeling it. It was a good feeling. I worked on Hillary Clinton's campaign 4 years ago, so today was a little cathartic for me. And so like to actually be able to like go and cast my ballot was a little emotional, but like I enjoyed it and it felt great, felt good.
I think a lot of you guys here that know a lot more about this are more relaxed than say somebody like me who's feeling a lot of PTSD from 4 years ago.
I don't know. I don't know. Everyone I talk to is very, very nervous. I've decided that the only thing I can accept is that like we're gonna win, and like I believe in science, I believe in climate change, and I believe in the polls. And I think that like the polls show that we're in as good of a position as that we can be right now. And like so now it's like up to us to like deliver the voters and like get it done today.
And we were talking a minute ago about voter suppression. What can we even do about it?
Well, I mean, I think there's a lot we can and cannot do. I mean, I think one, like we need a new change in not only the administration, but in both levels, Congress and the Senate. So like one of the very first bills that's passed is something that has to do with like voter suppression, making election day a day that's a national holiday, extending early voting. And like, that's what we can do legislatively, but like, what can we do right now as like, you know, Bob and Dave? There's numerous like groups and organizations out there that are working to cure ballots. So where people have received like misleading instructions or the courts have changed the rules, in a number of states, we're actually allowed to cure ballots after the election. So if it's a super tight race, you could volunteer tomorrow or the next day in those states to help them cure the ballots to make them like count, to make sure people's votes are counted.
What does it mean to cure a ballot?
So I'll give you an example. Our good friend Dave Ferrero, who actually works at my company, did a shift last night curing ballots in Colorado, where he lives. And what it means is he was given people whose signature did not match up to their signature on file. And normally that's just something silly, like you probably never paid attention when you signed your driver's license for how you signed your name. Maybe you just went, psh.
Right.
But like you signed your ballot a different way. And so like basically it was kicked out. And so now what you have to do is you need to provide a signed affidavit, which is not a big deal. It sounds a lot scarier than it is. It's basically a form you sign and say, I am Dave Barnhart, and like, this is my vote. And like, I say that by penalty of perjury. And like, you sign that, you turn it into your register office and your vote counts. But like, a lot of times you have to contact these people and let them know, because like, maybe they send a letter to them. Maybe it just happened yesterday. And so like that type of activity has to happen really quickly. So that's called curing a ballot. When you take a ballot that's been properly cast, but maybe has some technical issues that you try to fix. Unfortunately, not all states allow us to cure ballots after election day. So if you turn in your ballot tonight at 7 p.m. and it has a problem with it, we may not be able to like do anything with it.
Gotcha. And as we're watching results come in tonight and analyzing things, you were saying earlier that Republicans traditionally vote early in the morning.
They do. Like a lot of like, I try not to pay too much attention to Twitter right now or to what's happening with like the little nuggets on turnout. I come from the field background versus communications of operations and campaigns. And like, we've always found, and we've seen in the science, we've seen in the exit polls, that the Republicans tend to vote early in the morning. They tend to vote during the day. And then like, we get like a late surge of our people who tend to be people of color. They tend to be service workers. They tend to be, you know, working class folks. They tend to be people who are picking their kids up and their moms on their way home after work. Like they tend to vote later in the day.
Right. And
so like, you know, like it's hard to like extrapolate too much from like who voted between 7 and 8 a.m. this morning.
Right.
However, this year is interesting because we have so much more data, because we do know so many people voted early. We have much larger sample sizes early on, which I think means when the polls close that we are going to have at least a better sense of what's happening quicker than maybe we have in the past.
Oh, good.
At least from like data analysis, not from calling the race, but like smart people are going to like have a good sense of like, oh, Biden is running better or Biden's running worse than he should be.
Well, by the time this airs, most people will probably have already voted. So I hope everybody voted. Dave,
Yes,
thank you
people need
so
to vote
much
if you haven't voted.
for spending a couple minutes with us. I can't wait to see you up in town again soon with your family.
We can't wait to be up there. Love it. Love P-Town.
Vote, guys.
Awesome. Dave Barnhart, thank you so much for your time today. You guys, that's our first 15 minutes. We're going to see you again at 6:45 in front of the Washington Monument.
We're going to have more performers, more interviews. We're going to have Steve back to talk about some results. Please follow us. Please subscribe to our YouTube, and please share these posts so that more people can see it.
Yeah, go back to your boring news coverage. We'll see you at 6:45.
Exactly. See you later.